on the way to the Keys. I just threw all my luggage in the truck, threw my spear guns in, and we're going. Struggle bus of the day. Beautiful conditions, really clear water, no fish.
It's only the things capable of breaking your heart that prove worthwhile in the end. And I've had my heart broken by the ocean many times, but something keeps bringing me back. On the days when the water isn't clear and the fish aren't around, I hope for this. This dream, reefs teeming with life, water as clear as air, and friends to share it all with.
Pretty good day compared to yesterday.
Join me now as I, in 3 days, experience all the highs and lows that keep bringing me back to the ocean.
Welcome back to another banger of an episode of One Up, One Down Adventures. I landed in the States from Brazil like 2 hours ago. It's midnight, it's 12:35, and I am on the way to the Keys. I just threw all my luggage in the truck, threw my spear guns in, and we're going. So I will see you guys a little bit further down the road to the Keys. I'll probably get there at like 6 a.m. and then we'll dive. See you guys there. We got the dive housing, we got the boat, and we have an absolutely full ramp. All the parking is full. All right, we're off. I couldn't get any of my old spots to load, so we're hunting marathon fresh. I think we'll be able to find, like, I know the general areas, but the specific locations that we've caught fish before we can't really go back to because we don't have the pins. So we're gonna do some scouting and hopefully find some cool stuff. I'll see you guys out there. I've no marathon.
While Landon and I are putting on our wetsuits, I just wanted to say thank you all so much for 10,000 subscribers. As a thank you, I've partnered with a local printmaking shop in St. Pete to do a limited run of t-shirts made from Gyotaku fish prints that I've made in the past. That limited run is on pre-order right now. For more information, go to One Up, One Down Spearfishing on Instagram or check out the description of this video. Pre-order is $30 a shirt. Welcome back underwater, everybody. This was a pretty insane day of hunting because we had no sonar, we had no GPS, and we were hunting literally just by throwing the drone up or looking straight down on the reef to see if we were over reef. There were a lot of getting in at spots and diving just to see if there was anything on the bottom. This spot here is just me picking up the anchor because we anchored over it. We saw there was reef on the drone, we hunted it, and there was just absolutely no life. That happened a lot today because of the nature of not having sonar to tell if there's any bait or fish down on the reef. Tons and tons of empty reef in the Keys, sadly, because of how much reef there is versus how much fish there are. So that's me grabbing the anchor on my way up right now so that we can hopefully go to a different zone and try to find some fish. Throwing the gun back in the boat. Good thing about this little boat and it being zero wind this day is it was pretty easy to just take the anchor up, shoot off to a new spot, hopefully find something. So that's what I'm doing right now. Except this spot's a bust too.
Yeah, we're off it. I mean, it's reef, but it's not the ledge. There's no life. We gotta scoot.
Finally here, we find a spot that's pretty good. I let Landon know.
There's reef here. It is kind of deep though.
Able to load up the gun, take a real dive, and even then it's like you're still diving in some pretty challenging conditions given that you're doing decently deep drops on the ledges in marathon, which are not easy dives to pull off when you have the right spots in sonar. So I'm getting down here. I am looking around for hopefully a mango. I saw so many black grouper on this day. See this mango, blast him, and just totally whiff. Got kind of excited because I'd spent all morning diving and seeing absolutely nothing. Saw a few blacks actually in the morning, but the season closed like 2 days before we filmed this, so couldn't take any black grouper. Heading on up, deciding I want to dive a little shallower. And so we switch spots.
This is definitely shallower.
Get excited and start loading my gun, and I can immediately tell that this spot also has tons of life on it. You can see these like darker blue kind of reefy fish up at the top. There's blue runners hanging around. There's tons of grunts on the bottom. There's a huge cloud of grunts up ahead of me that I'm excited about right there. I can also see some mangoes, and just all in all, spot looks promising, so I head up so that I can take another dive on that ball of grunts that is ahead of me. Taking this dive, and while I'm on the way down, I just want to say, wow, guys, 10,000 subscribers in 28 days was not on my bucket list or even close to a realistic goal for me, and now we're here. Thank you all so much for that, and for giving me the ability to really try to go for this YouTube thing and invest my time in it. I have no words. Anyway, dropping on this ball of grunts that I had told you earlier, and there's mangoes just right here, right in front of me. I'm waiting for a big one to come in. This guy gives me the shot, and I blast him. He kind of tangles himself on this little thing. There's also, if you see on my way up, there's a Goliath and a black just hanging out here too. But the Goliath's not really big enough to where I think he's going to eat my mango, so not that much of a problem. Heading up with my prize, and finally landed a fish using the forbidden hunting method of no sonar, just raw dogging the day. No sonar, no spots, no problem. I actually stabbed myself in the hand so bad when I was branding this fish. Like, genuinely, like, I still have this crazy gnarly cut. I'm just not showing it because it's gnarly. So we switched spots again after this mango because I went back down and couldn't really find much else other than smaller mangoes. So we were hoping to find something bigger. Hopping in here at this next kind of area, even shallower. Now we're in probably like 60 foot. And there's all these Ceros as soon as we get there. They're just cruising through, and of course I didn't have my throw flasher on me. So I'm just like messing with the Ceros, diving down, like giving them the squid fingers, giving them something. I even tried using my knife to get these guys to come in. And eventually I just went back to my boat and grabbed the throw flasher. I just like rummaged around to find it. And of course I get back in the water and they're just all the Ceros are gone. But I start taking drops to bottom and I'm just seeing tons of black grouper. So I'm like, okay, I need to attract a mutton. So I start dropping the throw flasher while I'm breathing up. And this thing sinks super slowly because it's actually a broken throw flasher. And it had other parts to it, but they broke apart. So it would take the entire time that I would breathe up for this thing to actually sink down, which is perfect because it would just bring everything in. So here I'm dropping on it, and there's 2 hogfish and a nice black just sitting on it. Of course, I can't shoot any of those fish right now, so I'm just kind of staring at them. But comes in, and I'm really praying that eventually this thing will bring in a mutton. And I'm just kind of looking at the throw flasher. You can see it right there as it sank. And it's just super slow sinking, and it just kind of flashes every now and again. There's the black. But unfortunately it doesn't bring in any mangoes or muttons on this particular dive. So I head over to grab it.
and hopefully reset. I was just drifting along the reef doing this over and over, and the number of black grouper that I saw was ridiculous. Some of them were big too, not like huge, but like 20-25 pounds, which is super healthy for a marathon. We don't see them that big very often. The next couple of days when we're in Key West, I see some 30 pounders, 30 plus, like very easily 30 plus pounders. Heading up here, gonna take another dive, doing the same strat, except this time you can see I threw my dive knife down for like a fast. So the dive knife is sinking fast and the flasher is sinking slow. So I threw the dive knife down right before I dove, and the flasher had been sinking for a while, so got that variable speed flashing, I guess. I was literally just so bored. I was just floating on the surface hoping something would come in. And I get down here, and first order of business is, where did my $250 knife go? So I grab that, and as soon as I pick my head up from grabbing that, I'm starting to look over to where my throw flasher is, and I'm trying to locate the throw flasher, and when I see something very interesting, there's a nice mutton hanging out, kind of waiting for the throw flasher to get down. It's very curious, and I start using the knife to try to bring it in, and it doesn't really want the knife. So it's sitting there. It's still way out of range because it's big. Like it's not close and small. And as soon as it ducks behind this coral head, I make my move. I shoot behind the coral head, and I extend my gun all the way, and just barely am able to hit it at the tip of the range of that gun. Got him pretty good though. I'm heading up to the surface, and I'm very hyped about this because this is a really nice mutton, especially for this shallow. But I don't really get an appreciation for how big this fish is until I like bring it to me, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's a big mutton. Because right now I'm just thinking like, oh, I finally shot something that wasn't a mango. And you can see my throw flasher down there still. Because of how good the viz was, it was pretty easy to just go back there and recover my throw flasher, which is nice. But this fish, I'm starting to pull it up, and I'm like, dang, this thing is heavy. And I finally get it like to me, and I'm thinking, wow, that is a big mutton. It's probably not my biggest mutton ever, but it was a very nice mutton, and it is certainly the biggest mutton I've shot this shallow. My biggest mutton I probably shot over the summer.
Yeah!
But I shot that mutton in
That's a
95.
good one. Oh. Yeah!
And there she is. A very, very nice mutton to round out my day one. I'll see you guys on the next day after I finish gutting this fish.
Alright, we got a good fish, finally. We were on the struggle bus all day. This spot has so many black grouper, I wish they were open, they're just not. But we got a good mutton for dinner. We're done for the day, a little bit of an early ending, but we're tired. I haven't slept in 48 hours, so time to fillet up the mutton, eat it, and go take a nap. See you guys. This current is nuts.
One day later.
We got Roan, we got Connor, we got Jim, and we got Matt. And we are hopefully going to shoot wahoo or just go kill it on the reef. I'm fine with either one. I like mutton, I like yellow jack. Black grouper are still closed. yesterday's yesterday was yesterday, or last week's video was just, I don't know. I dove yesterday and now I'm diving again today. Okay, I'll see you on the water. All right. Some you. All right, we start day 2 with some wahoo drifting, and we don't see anything. Continuing the wahoo drought that has lasted me years. But then we head to the reef, so it's chill, I guess. Hopping in here on the reef, and the reef wasn't exactly like crazy productive. Kind of a struggle bus of a day, if I'm being honest. But day 3 makes up for it. Anyway, I'm on my way down here, and on the previous dive, I had seen what I thought to be illegal mango going into a ledge here. So I dropped my gun on the ledge and I looked down. Absolutely no sign of the mango. However, there was a nice little lionfish. And, you know, lionfish taste good. Getting rid of them is good. But I didn't want to unload my gun because I didn't want to just destroy my shaft. So I was trying to, like, hit it with my gun like this, and it's, you know, it's not really working that well. The fish kind of swims out and around, but I know I can get it. Like, my breath hold is fine. We're diving shallow. Like, I know if it goes into the open, I can just pull the trigger and then not ruin my shaft, or I can just keep poking at it. And then another one is where it spooked to, so it starts to spook back into this, and once it goes in there, I know I have it because it can't go anywhere now. So I just keep stabbing, and I finally got it. And now I can head up the surface without having unloaded all 3 bands of my gun into a rock, which is super nice. So now that I have my lionfish, Connor wants to get one of his own. So the footage that you're seeing right here is from the new dive housing with a brand new cinema camera. A lot of the footage from the intro is from this housing. I'm super excited to be using this in the future. The next few videos that you'll see, probably the next 5 months worth of videos, will not be featuring this housing because it's part of my backlog from last summer, though. Connor blasts his lionfish, starts to head up with it, but yeah. So starting this summer, you guys will be seeing videos that feature this housing, and just look how good the quality is on it. Like, I'm just obsessed with it. Anyway, he shot his lionfish, and then we move out to a little bit of a better spot. It's actually much shallower here, but there is this very deep cave that I'm about to head into that Rome was showing me. You could see the housing as well that Rome was just holding. And he's going to follow me into this cave. Sometimes there's cubera back here. On this dive, I didn't see it, but on the dive before, I actually saw a little cubera go in. But this dive was me hoping that we could get it again. There's my fins headed back into this cave. It's pretty deep. I'm all the way back in there. There's something back there. But he disappears. So I'm just like, whatever. So I start working my way out, which is logistically challenging, but I make it. There's a couple mangoes around. That one's little, but there's a couple like nicer mangoes around, and we spend some time trying to hunt them, but they're pretty smart. They wouldn't let us get in for a good shot. Like, as soon as we ducked over, they would just be out of there. So we moved out to a wreck. And I got this throw flasher, but it had this tag end coming out. It was sinking super slow, so I shaved that off. And then Roan shot a really big yellowtail, so I'm heading down now to unhook his shooting line from on the wreck, because he just dove. He wasn't about to go unhook his line from off the wreck itself. So I'm on my way down to do that, and I was hoping maybe I'll see a nice yellowtail or a yellow jack or something that I can shoot. I did not. little staircase action. This is such a cool wreck because it's so clear and it's so massive and you can just kind of see everything. I grab his shaft. Thankfully, it's like kind of high on the wreck, and it's not really that challenging of a recovery dive. But I mean, just look how cool this wreck is. On some deeper dives, you can see some really cool stuff on the wreck, but I've not been diving that deep as of this winter because I'm out of practice and because I've got a bunch of weight strapped to me. We got Dylan.
We got 6 wahoos. We got some yellow jack. Hey, yellow jack, zero. Mangrove.
Got a yellow jack. Alright, so at this point we have been diving literally all day and had just a couple lionfish to show for it. So we decide we're going to head into some shallow reefs, shoot some fish that we normally wouldn't shoot, but we need something for dinner. So right now I see this school of AJs, and mixed in with them are some yellow jacks that are not very big, but they are big enough to eat. So looking around, hoping I can get one of these yellow jacks to come in, and that is exactly what happens. The school comes in close, and 2 yellow jacks kind of peel off from the rest of the school. I'm able to line up on the bigger of the 2 and blast them. They still fight pretty hard even at this size. This one was probably, I don't know, 16 inches to the fork or something. Not very big. Definitely not my proudest fish, but we got food for dinner. A couple other yellow jacks were shot, a mango was shot, so we got to eat fish tonight.
Oh yeah. I fixed it. There you go. There's the angle. Oh, monster.
Hold it back up.
Like that?
Yeah.
That good?
Oh yeah.
This? Oh,
Yeah.
he looks huge.
Oh yeah. Hold arms straight out. Arms straight out. Yeah.
All right, struggle bus of the day. Everyone's eating apples. I'm not really the biggest apple fan, but I guess everyone has apples. Beautiful conditions, really clear water, no fish. That's okay because we're diving again tomorrow. We're gonna go eat these yellow jack, and I will see you guys in the morning. Peace.
"12 sleepless hours later."
Mr. Manatee's saying hello.
Hello.
He don't give a
He's got barnacles all over him.
It's a little windier than it was yesterday, but we're still going out because it's super calm. We got Roan, we got some other guys who are super chill, and we're gonna try again for wahoo. Probably not gonna see him again. I'm cursed. I'm telling you, I'm genuinely cursed. But we are probably gonna shoot the reef and hopefully do a little bit better because we're gonna commit to that a little bit harder. I will see you guys on the water.
On the other side.
It's right there, actually. It's right there.
Okay.
That's where you
The
fill
one
it
that
up.
say sailfish.
Right there, yeah.
Dude, my mom did that.
Alright, day 3. This is when we really start to put a hurting on him. You start up super shallow. Immediately I see a lionfish, and I'm trying to grab it, trying to poke it with my gun, and does not work like the last one. So Will comes down. This is Will's perspective. He just brings a yellow pole spear, finds that thing on the reef, and just absolutely ventilates it with this yellow pole spear. This yellow lionfish pole spear is pretty good. Boom, done. Not even a chance on that little lionfish. So while I'm kind of messing around in the sand, laying there looking for muttons, they're Will and Ash are diving. There's Ash going down right there. And Will also got Ash shooting a nice mutton here. He blasts it, brings it into him, hugs it close to his chest, gets to surface. And then we change spots to another just kind of shallow rock pile after we pulled the big button off that one. So here, I'm floating above another rock pile, and as my flasher goes down, you can see this mutton just sitting right there in front of the rock, like just not really moving, which was weird. I was like, is this a cubera? And then I saw his tail. I was like, it's definitely a mutton. And as I'm going down, it kind of moves around the edge of the rock. You can see it on the top of the screen here. It gets spooked out by this black. And there's Will's perspective on it, and I stoned this thing. And it was literally just sitting there with its face in the hole, doing nothing. It was such weird behavior for a mutton. I don't really see them do that. Anyway, got the fish, and
He was sitting still.
officially not skunked on this day. And this is like 30 minutes into diving, which is nice. Go over the boat, head out to some deeper stuff.
Alright, everybody has a fish.
Yeah.
Will has a fish in a trip. Hold it out so it looks monstrosity wise.
Oh, I just put you guys right in the shadow.
Oh yeah, like. Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Ooh. Ooh, you do like the David, this style picture.
Here.
Oh.
Oh.
There we go.
Ooh.
Oh, it's biting me.
It's so big, I'm spining myself like a million times. Okay, anyway, we got some muttons. We're gonna get more fish later.
Shoot a wahoo.
Mwah. Mwah. What's
I
in
want
his
it.
mouth? What's in his mouth?
We'll do that
Just
later.
leave it there. Alright. Peace.
Alright, headed out to some deeper stuff. I was told there were cubera on this spot, so I was very excited. And so I took the big gun out with the 100-meter reel. There is a big hammerhead hanging out on this spot. But I got my 100-meter reel and my big gun with double flopper, so I'm like, if I see anything nice, it's coming home with me. I love the cap 130 with the double flopper, 8.5 mil shaft. Like, just nothing. It might be 8 mil actually. It's an 8 mil shaft. But nothing, like, once I shoot something, I don't really lose it with this setup. Except when extenuating circumstances happen. Anyway, I see a nice black, and then right next to it is this nice cubera. Kind of track it, pull the trigger, it takes off, and immediately I'm muzzle wrapped. I'm muzzle wrapped kind of deep here, which is I'm not a fan of that. But this cubera wasn't exactly the biggest, so I was kind of messing with it, trying to see if it was the reel locked up. The reel's fine, so I muzzle wrapped, and I was like, all right, you know what? We're taking this fish up with us. We don't really have another option, except for letting go of our gun because I didn't have a belt reel. But I ended up just muscling it up. I would not recommend muscling fish up from that deep, but I knew that fish was not huge. It wasn't rocked up, and I was like, I'm gonna bring it up.
It muzzle wrapped. I still got him.
There's my cubera. Nice, 15 pounder. Not very big at all, but a great eating size, I would say. And then we had to do some jigsaw to untangle the anchor.
We got some snapper. We got a couple days snapper here. We're gonna try for a dog, but we're gonna drift for wahoo first. But hopefully, I'll add a dog in a mangrove and get a little slam going. Pew, pew. Look, they're hitting each other. Wait.
Three-pointer.
Hit your three.
Oh.
Oh. Kobe.
Well, another wahoo drift, and you guessed it, I didn't really see any wahoo. I was kind of busy chumming mostly though, and looking at the muttons down on the bottom. But Will saw one. This is his perspective. He's lining up on it. It's kind of on the way out. It went right up behind Roan, but it kind of left, and he unfortunately was short.
Meanwhile,
Got some amazing fishing action here.
I think it's nothing. Yeah.
A true Goliath.
Goliath grouper.
Oh, that's a beast.
We just wahoo dove for 2 hours. I spent most of that on the boat. Nothing. No wahoo. So we're gonna go hit the wrecks before that sun sets. See you guys in the reef, and hopefully it's a little bit better.
Alright, we finished out the day wahoo drifting over a wreck, but we also knew that around sunset the APs like to come a little bit higher on this wreck, so we were taking drops down on it. This is Will's perspective, and this is honestly just like a wild dive, because he shoots this thing and you'll see his shaft is all the way through, but I think what happens is when this fish turns, it pushes the flopper back against the shaft and unfortunately comes off. But he lands a really nice mid-body shot. These fish come super high. You can see he's on his way up. These fish are probably 40 feet below the surface. And he pulls the trigger right here. Blasts it. It turns towards him. You can see it's all the way through mid-body and just comes right off. Must have pushed the flopper back against the shaft. That is so unlucky. But he told me the school's there. So I take a dive after breathing up for like 3 to 4 minutes. Take a little dive. And here, I kind of know that the school is going to, number one, be deeper because they've just had one shot. But number two, I'm thinking they're going to be way spookier because, you know, it's been shot. And we know that there's not like a ton of APs on this wreck. It's normally like the same group that moves through, and then at sunset they come up a little higher. So I'm on my way down here. And I'm sure, if, by the way, if during the daytime, if you were to drop down to like 110 down by the bottom where they're at, you could definitely see the APs on the bottom. But in terms of getting them in the column, much easier to do it this way. You can tell the APs are a little spookier, a little deeper, but I'm able to get a long range shot off on that big one in the front and stone him, or so I thought I stoned him. It looks like he's stoned. I head up with him. He doesn't take pretty much any reel line, basically. I'm just kind of swimming up with him. And then once I get to the surface here, all of a sudden, he wakes up once I start pulling him up on the reel line. And I become unable to just lift him up leisurely. Heads back down towards the wreck here. So I'm pulling him up. All of a sudden, he starts fighting. Will starts helping. And he's really digging in these last, 30, 40 feet before the surface. He's really fighting now. Pulling me under. I have to manage my line. And now it feels like an actual AP. But nice, 25-pounder to finish off the trip. And that's all I've got for underwater. Thank you guys so much for 10,000 subscribers. And the regularly scheduled content from the summer is going to be back in the next video. So get excited for that. Go buy some t-shirts from the Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Pretty good day compared to yesterday. Got the bear, got the mutton, little AP. That's why we came to the Keys. You gotta kind of dive hard for them. I'm gonna be honest, these are heavy. I'm gonna put these down. Oh, good day though. Yeah, I'm gonna blur all this out. Good day. All right, we're tired. We've been diving all day. It's sunset. We did finally put together a good box in the Keys, and now I have a 7.5-hour drive home, flying back to DC and editing this video. We also broke 10,000 subscribers today, which is pretty awesome. Yay! So I'm gonna post this video as soon as I get back to DC. So you guys are gonna see this video like a week after we dove, and I'll save all the backlog stuff for afterwards. Thank you all for 10K, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
We got this garlic parmesan mutton. Ooh.
Yeah, and then your pasta, you could put pesto, and there's mushrooms and feta.
Ooh. Wow.
Okay, and then for you, you can do olive oil, or you can get out some red sauce. What do you prefer?
Awesome. Either one, honestly.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
probably put mushrooms on mine though.
Yeah, but if you want olive oil with it and feta, so yeah, go for it.
Catch and cook.
Yeah, that's why. I gotta get the cooked
Garlic, Parmesan, crusted.
The chef from the horse's mouth.
Right.
Chef Jim.
Parsley, parmesan mixed in with the croutons. Big fat mutton.
I love mutton.
Oh yeah, should be good.
I'm sure he is lucky to have you. He's like, he had two daughters.
Yeah, and he plays golf with my little brother. He fishes with me, so it's perfect for him.